sleeve shirts. I hope that doesn't come into play in this match.
Got a feeling that's somebody else's shirt, Jay. Look at that break off. Lost the white ball a bit there, but he made a ball and he's off and running. Oh, look at that, everything moved there. Oh my goodness gracious me, in slow motion it looks horrific.
Well, he's in a little bit of a spot here because although he has a shot at the one, he's got a cue over the top of the 8 ball, and out there in the table it's a little bit hard to reach this ball.
Oh, dear me, I'm still recovering from that break. Fortunately, it's after 9 o'clock, so the kids should be in bed. But I don't think anybody really should be subjected to that. Yes. Oh, in one respect, I hope Shannon wins one of these racks so we can see that again. Sensible safety shot. Look at this.
This is a real smart, experienced 9-ball player here. He's really come into his own in the States in the last couple of years. He was more noted as a money player until a couple of years he started to take tournament pool seriously.
Foul.
Jimmy White really up against it there with this difficult escape from a safety shot, and it wasn't that obvious that he had any easy paths. He tried a one-cushion path. A lot of the top players shy away from a one-cushion path. They find it quite difficult to judge, but I'm not too sure he had any alternatives there anyway. So let's see Shannon Daulton in open play, moving around the table.
The difficulty here, Steve, is going to be getting from the 2 to the 3 ball. If he can get on the 3 ball, he should get through this rack okay. And again, the 2 ball, making the 2 ball is not tough. It's playing that position with his cue ball. He's going 3 rails.
Just before the middle pocket. Perhaps a little bit short of pace. A lot of players on this match table, I think, have been kidded into thinking that the match table is going to be playing a lot faster than the tables upstairs. And so they've eased off the pace. And once again, an early mistake in just judging the pace of the shot. The right route he took.
That's to Jimmy's advantage because he's played on this TV table already. He's a little more familiar with it. Shannon has not had a chance to take one practice shot on this table. So he's got to get used to the speed of the table, and it is different than the other tournament tables.
Trying just to get that white ball in behind the brown 7 there. I don't think he's failed to do that. Jimmy White may have a chance to play a safety behind the pink 4. If he can see enough of the red ball, the red 3, he'll be keeping the white ball down in this area behind the green 6. Very hard to see from this position how much of that red 3 Jimmy can strike.
Wow.
Well, he lost control of the white a bit there. He didn't want that white ball coming back out into the table. Left an easy opening in one respect on the 3 ball, but to get on that 4, queuing up over the 9, requires a different level of skill from Shannon Daulton.
It's a tough shot here off the end rail.
Well, a bit of body movement there, and he put some unwanted left-hand spin on the ball, which swerved it off course as he was jacked up in the air. That side turned into more of a swerve shot and took the white ball offline. Jimmy quickly back at the table there. Sorry, Jay.
Wants to hide behind the 7 ball. Didn't quite get there. Very delicate shot from that distance, Steve.
Yes, and Jimmy playing with his snooker cue, which has a very thin tip on it, with a brass ferrule, which does throw the ball off course a bit more. But Jimmy feels he's more comfortable with his snooker cue. He knows he's spinning his hand more than any other cue in his life. So,
well, this rack is set up nicely for Shannon now.
And there's Jimmy's snooker cue tip, and it's not really the most ideal size tip for a pool ball. A pool ball is, I think, about 2¼ inches, if not a little bit less than that, in diameter, compared to a snooker ball of 2 1/16 inches. But that's a massive size when you look at the whole area of the cue ball. So a stronger cue is required for a lot of the shots, with a stronger, thicker ferrule, thicker tip. But Jimmy White has played some successful 9-ball with his snooker cue, and he feels at home with it. But this is the first rack to Shannon Daulton, and we have the privilege of watching Shannon on the move for his next break. Stay tuned for that. It's an event not worth missing.
Shannon takes the early lead, 1-0. Once he gets the speed of this table, he's going to be very dangerous in this match.
Well, I think he's going to be dangerous in the whole event. But we're talking about one pocket. He's a three-time world champion one pocket player. If in a very concise amount of time, what does that mean?
One pocket is a totally different pool game. We like to call it the chess game of pool. You use all 15 balls. The object is to make 8 of the 15 balls in one corner pocket. Your opponent has the other corner pocket. The other 4 pockets are neutral pockets. If a ball falls in there, it spots back up. So there's a lot of strategy, a lot of tactics in the game.
So Shannon Daulton at a 9-ball game, he's going to play some great safety. He knows his way around safety-wise.
Absolutely.
He's a great potter, and let's just watch him on the move now.
He wants to climb on the table.
Oh my goodness. Let's just get that again in slow motion, because it is worth watching, I can tell you. There's not a part of his body that doesn't move here. Even his ankles are shaking.
He's all over the table here. Look at this.
Mr. Blobby in action there. Oh, that's a frightening sight. That is frightening, but that's just a great play. I know we're having a bit of fun here, but if you're talking about generating power, this is what the game's about. What a 9-ball break that is. Shannon Daulton, the first time I saw him, he went, ouch, your break hurts my ears, because I break like a lady, in his opinion.
I got to tell you about the first time I saw Shannon. He was 14 years old. I had just played a big match, and I thought I played real well. The match was over, Steve, and I walked over to the side, and here comes this little fat kid over to me. He says, hey, mister, you won't play some 9-ball for 50 a game? I just couldn't believe it. That's Shannon Daulton.
From one of the southern states of America, I believe.
Yes, he is. He's from Georgia. Lives in Kentucky now. If you get a chance to have a conversation with him, Steve, you probably won't be able to understand a thing he's saying.
Still plenty of chicken in Kentucky? Do you get through some, does he?
There ain't much left after Shannon comes through.
This is a tough shot here. That's a great shot. Let's get back to the action here, because this is a great pool player. Well, that 4-ball was in a difficult position for clearing up, and he used it to get it out there. Used the blue 2 to get out in the middle of the table with that 4-ball in action.
He did what he wanted to, but unfortunately the 4-ball came down on the end rail, where it's a little tough for him to play position from the 3 to the 4. He's got to draw this ball the length of the table.
Oh, he's a bit underpaced there, but perhaps perhaps not. You may have a chance of sneaking this 4-ball in. He's got to get quite tight to the 9, and if he can't play that shot, and I think by his body action there, he's not able to get past. You'll see Shannon trying to play behind that 9-ball with the white, playing a good safety. Perhaps
got a good view here.
There.
He's playing safe. He's going to duck the cue ball behind the 9.
I don't know what his optician is, but he's not using any of his eyes to line the ball up with. That's quite amazing, isn't it? Let's have a look at that again if we get a chance to see right down the throat of the cue. He's actually, both of his eyes are outside of the line of the shot, it seems. He's queuing up by triangulation.
Tough cut shot for Jimmy.
Unlucky there. Jimmy White played quite a good strike on that ball, but failed to. Look at that. He's just on his left eye. He's.
That's his shooting eye, though.
He certainly is. He's certainly not the other one.
Most pool players have a dominant eye. I don't know if that's the way it is in snooker.
Well, I'm not sure, really. I don't know too much about that, but it certainly is, I think, how you get used to playing as well sometimes.
Tough cut shot here.
Perhaps in the game of pool, you have to keep one eye on your money. Or your
Depends
dinner.
upon what pool room you're in.
Perhaps your dinner.
You're cruel, Steve.
I'm sorry, I'm in a bad frame of mind. I've been commentating for 2 games, and I've lost the plot here, but I should be relieved. Jimmy White trying a safety shot, but the white ball just getting away from him slightly there. But
that's what he wanted to do, though. He wanted to put the 4-ball down on the end rail to make it tough for Shannon.
I think Shannon will play roughly a similar shot, though, reversed at the other side of the table. Don't think we'll see Shannon play the pot. Probably prove me wrong. He'll be trying to play this behind the 8-ball.
I think he's going to shoot at this ball. I think
right.
He's going to try and cut this ball in.
Yeah, what do I know? Yes, great shot there. just might be able to see enough of the white ball to get enough power to screw back.
Yeah, he's all right. He's cueing on it pretty good.
Looking very much like 2-0 here. And Jimmy White yet to make an impression in this game. The balls have all gone Shannon's way.
This table has tightened up already after 2 days of play. These are only 4.5-inch pockets, and you must hit them cleanly. We've seen a lot of misses today already. Shannon grabs a 2-0 lead in this short race to 7.
Yes, it seems amazing to say that the pockets are tight. One of the things I've experienced going around the country and trying to sort of tell people how great a game 9-ball is. The British public are in a way not brainwashed, but they're convinced the game's easy because the pot itself is easy. But what you've got to explain to people is it's nothing to do with the potting, although the pots can be missed. It's about positioning that white ball. But of course, as a table gets more play on it, that original sheen on the cloth starts to wear off. And the pockets just tighten up that fraction. And these are strict match table pockets.
Very keen observation, Steve. Steve, can you explain to me the differences in discipline between snooker and pool as you've seen them?
Well, I think at this game, 9-ball pool, it's all about getting to one ball. There's one ball that's important on the table, that 9-ball. From the break-off, you're trying to get that 9-ball in. Shannon there trying to just belt the life out of the balls, get that 9-ball moving. Don't have to worry about getting the 1, 2, 3 if you can get the 9 in. At any stage in the game, if you fail to pot a ball, you sacrifice the table to the other guy. Snooker's more about getting points on the board. If you get 50 points on the board, you can defend those points.
Right.
Or you've got the advantage, even if the other guy gets back in, there's no guarantee he's going to get back into those points. But this game, if you sacrifice control of the table for any one moment to the other guy, you may never get back to the table. And I think there's a different mindset required.
Takes a lot of courage and heart to play 9-ball. You can make 8 beautiful shots. If you make a mistake on the 9th shot, you've done nothing.
Great cut there from Shannon Daulton. He used those eyes well there. That was a very, very fine cut. And knowing when to go for those shots and when not to is, I think, the ultimate in this game. Knowing when to go for the throat, when not to go for the throat. I was convinced there that Shannon was playing a safety shot. Keep the lid on the game at 2-0.
He'll cut the 3 down here.
This is thin as well.
Go across. He decided to play safety.
Perhaps that was too thin, I don't know.
It wasn't any more difficult a cut than the one he just made.
Fraction under pace. Now Jimmy White's got to try and get his pool head on here. The natural shot for a snooker player is to play thin and play the white ball down the table. But of course, the pockets are that much bigger. You can't just play thin down the table and leave distance. Distance is not important in this game. You've got to hide balls behind each other. Jimmy playing...
Well, Jimmy gets very creative sometimes.
That
but
was
that
creative,
was
yes.
He was trying to make the 9-ball, but he really needed to try to play some kind of safety there.
Well, he has actually, by a complete fluke, and it's perhaps what he needs at the moment, just to get his game together. Needs the balls to go in his favour. Shannon looking at coming off the side, looking at there where he pointed his finger. There's the opportunity to perhaps make this 3. I would have thought perhaps he would have liked to play the ball safe, but he may be forced to try and make the 3 here.
He may try to kick the 3 safe behind the 4-ball. Delicate little shot. Yeah, like that. Just like that.
That's a great shot. Great call, Jay. Great call.
Yeah, you don't want to get in a safety battle with this kid.
One pocket specialist. Knows every angle there is on a pool table. And Jimmy White playing an equally deft shot, but he stuck that ball out, and I'm sure he'll be ramped up behind this 4-ball after this.
Exactly. He's
going to play this shot, 3-ball up the table, put a certain amount of right-hand side on the white ball to kill it behind the 4-ball. Yeah, he's adjusting to the... Ooh. I think he got stuck there on the table somehow. I think
his belly kind of got caught on the table.
Well, something got caught there on the table. He was stretching a bit there, and he just didn't go through the ball properly. I think he may have got his hand caught on the table as he went through.
Foul.
Jimmy just snicked the pink there, I think. Just fractionally catching the pink. Oh, just moved a bit there, yes.
Yeah, he was trying to shoot the 3 directly in the end, and he touched that 4 ball.
Barring accidents from Shannon, 3-0 is looking the scoreline. Jimmy really hasn't had a potting opportunity. The one strength Jimmy White's got is his open table potting. You know, you wouldn't think a snooker player would be missing many shots like that, but he hasn't had a chance to pot one. So once again, well, I don't know, perhaps a little bit too far there on the 6, that white ball trundling down the table. Difficult to see from here exactly what shot he can play.
He's going to force this ball and draw it back over just like that. Nicely done.
Just clipping the 7 to make sure that it was easy to pot. You see the size of Shannon Daulton's tip. They're a lot bigger, a lot stronger when it comes to striking the white ball.
Most of the pool players use a 13mm or larger tip. Very stiff shafts. Okay, we're going to take a break. Shannon Daulton's ahead 3-0. We'll be back in a moment.
The Movie Max Wednesday premiere.
You ever seen anything like this before?
Maybe it was created as some kind of secret government operation. I've seen 100 times in the movies. They're always doing stuff like that.
Do you expect me to believe this?
Oh my God, the whole town is like an all-you-can-eat special.
This thing dies today.
This is horrible. Python, Wednesday at 10, Sky Movie Max.
The new high-performance Quattro from Black & Decker. With a 12-volt rechargeable battery, it can easily tackle drilling, sawing, sanding, and screw driving. One cordless power tool, but 4 different functions. It could be all the power tools you need. The new high-performance cordless Quattro, only from Black & Decker.
If you've been hurt in an accident, you may be entitled to compensation.
I was carrying a bucket of hot tar and I fell over.
I was asleep in the car and I woke up and realised that we'd had an accident.
I was knocked off my bicycle. I called National Accident Helpline. They found me a specialist solicitor in my area. There was no win, no fee.
I received £9,000.
And I was awarded just over £6,000. £21,000.
Find out free if you can make a no-win, no-fee claim. Call the National Accident Helpline now on 0800 556 557.
With new Pay-As-You-Talk Smart Step from Vodafone, the more you say, the less you pay. Because the first 3 minutes you use your phone cost 25p each. Then for the rest of that day, it's just 5p a minute flat rate. Which means there are no more peaks.
Glad that's straightened out.
Low-cost calls day or night with new Pay-As-You-Talk Smart Step from Vodafone.
JMC believe that your holiday shouldn't stop a minute before it has to. That's why, this summer, you can pre-book a late checkout at a number of our hotels and apartments, so you can make the most of your last day on holiday. JMC are unwrapping the package holiday piece by piece.
Are you feeling the stress of debt? Mrs. Moore was. Her credit cards and other payments were costing her £540 per month. With expert help from Baines & Ernst, we've restructured her payments to just £180 per month. Over 700 support staff could help reduce your monthly payments by up to 80% and turn them into one single monthly payment. Baines & Ernst, one of the largest debt management companies in the UK, is helping clients repay over £500 million of debt. So call 0500 0500 54.
We rejoin the match once again. Rack 7.
Jimmy White making a ball there.
You see, he took something off that break. He didn't hit him as hard, but he controlled the cue ball.
Still hit it hard. Jimmy White, less body movement, keeps that head still. That's a snooker player's trait. But a good striker of a ball and a good solid follow-through Jimmy White's always had. And here's a few problems for Jimmy White. This is what he doesn't want. Snooker players, we don't want these problems. We don't know what goes on. See, we don't know that could have happened. We could have snookered ourselves. We don't know exactly the right shot to play. Jimmy's just about worked that one out, and he's come out okay. Just okay. Thin clip. He's got to keep control of the white ball to get on that red 3.
Nice soft shot here. Be careful. Be careful.
Well, he's in no man's land here again, I think. He may have to play a very, very fine cut into the middle right, unless he wants to play the 3-4 combination, which is Nightmare City. This is tough. Will he play a safety shot? Not Jimmy.
If he walks around and looks at this side pocket shot, he'll shoot the 3 in the side, but he hasn't looked at it.
It doesn't look like he's going for it. I don't understand what he's doing here. I don't see that there's a...
He's a great combination player, I know that, but this is really a tough angle.
He was very close to knocking out Efren Reyes with one combination, and he got one earlier in the game. A safety shot may be the order of the day here. Yes.
This is a good safety. This is one of the areas where I think Jimmy's really improved his game, as have you.
Left a chance of, sorry, just left a chance of the 3 off 2 cushions for Shannon.
Oh, Shannon will hit the ball, believe me. He understands these rails real well.
I would have thought
I'd be surprised if he goes that way.
I can't believe he's not going 2 cushions. Side cushion, bottom cushion, and then pot the 3. I would have thought that was a normal 9-ball shot, but Shannon's not...
I don't know why he's going this way. I'm with you on that one.
Perhaps he's just trying to keep it tight and make Jimmy make the mistakes, but that's...
See, this is no good.
That's
the pool, we call that a give-up shot.
That's, I don't know about that one at all.
I don't know what he was thinking of there, because he could have gone to the side rail and maybe even made the ball.
Perhaps just trying to be too clever, just trying to keep the lid on Jimmy White instead of playing his natural game. We'll never know. Sometimes you get so far in front, you just take your foot off the pedal.
Like when Bustamante missed that 6-ball at the end of the last match.
Jimmy White a bit straight on this 7. Is he going to play a forced stun across the table? Top spin, just past the 9.
Shannon better be careful with this guy, because this is a dangerous player here.
What Jimmy White needs to do is to get some free-flowing cueing going, make him feel like he's not playing a game of unfamiliar 9-ball, pot enough balls to pretend he's playing snooker in his mind.
Here we go again. Jimmy White
Rack
to break,
8.
trailing 2
Jimmy
to
White
5
to
in his
break,
match with
trailing
Shannon
2 racks
Daulton.
to 5.
Needs to come up with a good break here. Nice control.
Well,
nice control.
He is doing a better job actually than Shannon is of controlling the balls, Jay, and nowhere near as much effort put into the shot, but effective. You only need 1 ball in, and as long as that white ball doesn't go in the pocket afterwards, you're off and running. Hopefully.
He's in pretty good shape here. Make the 1 on the side.
Whoa. Oh, yes.
Well, how about in the corner?
How often
Why
does
not?
that happen? Difficult to see how that could have hit the jaw and gone in that pocket, but obviously it does every now and again. And this is the sort of thing that Jimmy White needs, and what could do Shannon Daulton a lot of damage.
Shannon's smiling over there.
Not inside.
You're allowed to get lucky in 9-ball. It's all right.
I think it's mandatory, actually. I'm sure there's very few players that have never won a big tournament without a bit of luck. but it's how you accept that luck and what you do with it. And you certainly mustn't complain. If you're a 9-ball player and you complain about luck, you may as well go straight to your pension. And this is 5-3, and Jimmy White shouldn't ever be 5-3 back in this game at all. One more good break, 5-4, who knows?
He's right back in the match now. The crowd's getting excited. They're getting behind him.
What a great start here for Jimmy White. Poor effort, really, but look at that one ball just flicking off the middle jaw and with a top spin on it somehow and looping round into that corner.
Just caught the point perfectly.
And we have big flukes in the snooker world, and they can cost you dearly. And we know how to take advantage of a fluke the same as any pool player. It doesn't take too much to be a little bit sorry, just a little flick of the hand and apologise to your opponent.
Ninth rack, Jimmy White to break,
below the belt
racks
straight afterwards. Another good break from Jimmy.
Very
controlling the white ball perfectly. Look how these are sprilling.
Wow, this is a nice layout here too. It's amazing to me how much action he gets with such a soft break shot. At least it seems soft.
Well, it seems soft. I can assure you that Jimmy White's got a great follow-through. He keeps the tip on the ball longer than you think. He doesn't use a lot of body effort, but he's got a marvellous delivery of the cue through the ball. Perhaps the best screwback player, drawback player we've ever had in our game without effort.
Nice hit there. Struck that ball with some authority. Jimmy climbs out over the table for this one. I like this position right here. Perfect angle to get on the 7-ball.
Yeah, that was a bit risky positional play, but it makes this next shot a lot easier. Doesn't want to be too straight on this brown 7.
He's going to have to go forward 2 rails out of the corner.
Shannon Daulton wondering what happened to his 5-0 lead here.
I told you, this guy's a dangerous player.
I wonder if it all goes back to that one escape that Shannon decided to play an unconventional way, perhaps.
He got careless for a moment, and it may cost him.
Now all of a sudden the crowd on Jimmy White's side. Shannon's feeling a bit lonelier in that chair.
I like the way Jimmy clears the table almost with no effort at all.
A lot of snooker skill is about the fluency of playing the game. You're at your best if you can play fluently. 9-ball's not a game that all the time is a fluent game. It's nice if you can do it, and sometimes the balls open themselves out so you can play a fluent clearance, a run of the balls. Lots of times a lot of studying before you go about that.
Rack, Jimmy
but I think
White
you do the
break,
studying first and then let your cue go.
The player
The
player that's always had the best pace among the American players was Earl Strickland. He has a real nice steady flow to his game when he's playing well. Another good break. You know,
you never hit them at all.
As hard as Shannon breaks the balls, Jimmy's break has been more effective in this match.
I think once again on the television table, you don't have to break the balls as hard. Upstairs on some of the other tables, you have to give them a bit more of a belt. And Jimmy White once again. Oh my goodness.
Look at Shannon. Shannon jumped up.
Shannon's standing up, but he's not a happy bunny. He's not a happy bunny at all.
He's complaining to the pool gods.
Oh, no. 2 missed 1-balls, and Shannon's sick as a parrot. He's just going through all the cliches you can think of there. Oh, and a mistake again there by Jimmy White. He's now got a very, very difficult route from 3 to 4. There is a way, but with a snooker cue, it's a bit harder to play this shot with right hand, left hand side, run it round with inside English off 3 cushions.
Go around the 8-ball.
What a shot.
He did a pretty good job here.
Great shot. Shannon's talking to himself in his chair. What is he talking to? Who is he speaking to there? Just can't believe what's going on. If Jimmy White punishes him here, he's played another dangerous shot, Jimmy. He's left himself straight. He doesn't want to be, the only place he's done to be straight. Now he's got to play a draw the ball back off the bottom cushion, and then back up the table somehow to get back on the 7.
Well, we'll see how good his draw is right here. He needs it all the way up above the 7-ball. Come on, come on.
What a great shot with a snooker cue. That's a great try. Just got to avoid an in-off now. Avoiding the middle pocket somehow. And he has avoided the middle pockets certainly potting a ball quite well. Use the corners instead.
He needs to be careful here. This is a thin hit on the 7 ball. He's got to hit this. He hit it perfect. He hit it perfect. He's going to get this game too. We're going to have a tie match all of a sudden.
Shannon's just in bits in his chair. He can't believe what's going on. Oh my goodness.
I think he took this guy a little too lightly.
Well, I think around the early stages of the game, Jimmy wasn't showing any resistance at all, so Shannon just took his foot off the pedal for a second. From 5-0, it's 5-0. Jimmy White. It enthralling match.
This game is on our hands.
It's just a marvellous game, 9-ball pull. It really is. Once again, look, Jimmy trying to force this 1 ball in to get down for the 2. It hits both parts of the pockets and perfectly into the corner. Didn't touch the sides of that corner pocket. Another softer break by Jimmy White. Look how softly now he's hitting
Rack
the balls.
11, Jimmy White to break, 5 racks each.
It's broken good every time.
That's a soft hit.
Another good break. He's going to be hooked on the 1, though. Now is a situation where Jimmy's going to have to play smart. He's going to have to push out here.
He's going to have to push out. And the idea of a good push out is to give yourself a chance. Really, probably the best way to describe a push out is you want to leave a 50-50 shot or a 60-40 shot. But the other guy's not absolute. What's he doing? He's just playing to the side
rail.
No,
Boy,
no.
That was not a push out.
That wasn't a push out, but what a result.
He got a good roll here.
This will do Shannon's brains in, I've got to be honest. Shannon knows what the right shot was, which was a push out. Jimmy White's played totally the wrong shot. That's in a way, he's now thinking, well, what have I got to do to beat this guy? He's playing wrong shots on me, and he's still in with a chance. Shannon's got the jump cue out now.
The rolls are going against Shannon now. Now, I'll tell you, this is a tricky jump shot because the 1 ball's down close to the edge of the table. He could jump over the full 1 ball, jump over the full 2 ball, hit the 1, and the cue ball may go off the table. This is a tough shot here.
You've got to hit these as soft as you can without hitting the blue 2. Oh, what a shot. Oh, what a shot that was.
That was a beauty. He's still got some work cut out for him this wreck, though.
Well, with all that's gone on in this game, and perhaps the luck going all Jimmy White's way, to come out with a shot like that, he hit that solidly with no side spin whatsoever. Now he's got to get position on that 4, the pink 4. Oh, my goodness! Oh, no, he's got the... Oh, I don't know, he's got the snooker or not. Jimmy White can probably get through to see that.
Yeah, I think he can see this 2 ball.
He just fractionally snatched at the ball. Didn't hit it as smoothly as he would have liked.
He had to pop it to get that cue ball to come back across the table.
Problem for this shot for Jimmy White is ball stuck in the pocket. Difficult to get across for the 4. And he's not really on this 4 at all. Knowing Jimmy White, he'll probably play the bank shot, the cross bank. It may not be the right shot, but I've got a feeling he's going to go for it.
It's okay to shoot the wrong shot if you make it.
He's played a couple of wrong shots in his game and got away with them. He might as well have a go at another one.
He may be trying to cut this ball. No, he tried to bank across corner.
He's got it. It's going in.
Yes.
Shannon's talking to nobody. He's talking to everybody saying, I can't believe what's going on.
Get down.
He's got Shannon squirming now.
I've seen dogs in the back of cars not shaking as much as that with their head. This has been an incredible game. Shannon Daulton in complete control of this game.
He's got to go back and forth here. Come on.
This is what Jimmy White did to Efren Reyes last year. Efren kept his cool and eventually won the game. But Jimmy White confuses players. He plays different shots than they're used to. He unnerves them.
I had a bad feeling back when Shannon played that terrible safety. It's like he just didn't have respect for this guy. And I've seen enough of Jimmy White, no, he's just a dangerous player. He can put racks together.
Just enough side spin on that 4 ball, just to flick off that jaw and go towards the pocket rather than stay on the lip, which happened to Shannon's. Shannon's smiling. He can't believe this game. This is the sort of thing that I appreciate the fact I'm a snooker player and Lady Luck doesn't necessarily play its part so much. I hate to be a 9-ball player and go through these emotions year in, year out. Jimmy White soft on the break.
Look out, here's a good break. Another real good break. Everything's out in the open here, Steve.
Yes. Shannon's upset with himself, but I've got to say, in this league table, Shannon's sitting pretty at the top of it as we speak, so I don't think there's any problem for him qualifying, but he knows that he could have won with style, really, in this game, and all of a sudden, Jimmy stole his thunder.
It's going a little bit far here.
He's lucky to be on this 4-ball, I think.
Yeah.
And he will play a very good safety shot, I'm sure, Jimmy, from this. Put the pressure back on Shannon.
This is what puts you off, Steve. You watch Jimmy play. He plays position the wrong way, goes the wrong direction. You think, this guy can't play. But what happens is he keeps making balls.
Sorry, cut that one in. I didn't think that was on. Well, he's won it. I'll tell you what. Well, there's no way Jimmy White misses from here. These are the type of shots that in open play that...
Nothing wrong with that. Well, if Jimmy takes this 9-ball and wins the match. He came back from a 5-1 deficit, won 6 games in a row.
These then the results from day 2. The afternoon session saw Ralph Souquet performing superbly.